Alright, so we're going to be doing order of operations. When we say the word operations, what we mean is adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, basically anything that you would type in your calculator to get a number. So it's going to look something like this, and you're trying to figure out what it equals, but we're going to do it without using a calculator. So you have to be able to know in which order you're doing it. So let's look at, let's look at the order. So the order of operations is the first step would be any parentheses. So if you see these bracket looking things, you have to do what's ever inside those first, no matter what. Whatever operation it is. The next thing you have to do is exponents. So what an exponent is that little number. The exponents, you have this little this little number up top. Once you get rid of the parentheses and the exponents, you work your way to multiplying and dividing. Now, you don't do one or the other first. It's if you read it left to right. So it doesn't matter which one you do as long as it's the first one on the left and then work your way to the right. Same thing with adding and subtracting. It's not like you always add first or subtract first. You work your way left to right while you're doing it. We use this acronym PEMDAS to remember it. So P is parentheses, exponents, then multiply and divide, and then adding and subtracting. So let's try some. Some are real basic, and then we build on each other. So for the first one, I'm going to write PEMDAS over here just so I can reference it. So for the first one, no parentheses, no exponents. So we skip the P and the E. So in this case, we want to multiply first. So the 5 stays plus, and then 6 times 3 is 18. Then we're only left with the addition, so 5 plus 18 is 23. For the next one, no parentheses, no exponents. We have division. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then we have subtraction. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now if you look at number 3, there's no parentheses, but this is what a little exponent looks like. So that's got to come first. So 5 squared is 25. And now we can do the addition. 25 plus 6 is 31. And then for the last, or not the last one, but the more basic ones, these are parentheses. So we have to do what's ever inside these parentheses no matter what first. So the 4 stays, the 3 stays, and then we do what's inside. So 5 plus 2 is 7. No exponents. Then we move to multiplication and division. So 3 times 7 is 21. And then 4 minus 21 would be negative 17, would be your final answer. So this last one is a little more complicated. It's a little challenge here. So let's do it. So my suggestion would be do everything in the top and everything in the bottom separately. So if I'm just looking at the numerator here, the first thing in the numerator I would do is the division. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then 10 plus 6 is 16. Then I'm going to look at the denominator. So this is where I'm saying left to right. So I have division and I have multiplication. But left to right, I hit the division first. So 28 divided by 7 is 4 times 2, which is 8, and then 2. Number 7, we do the parentheses first, so that's multiplication. And then the addition, so it would be D.